check this. And yeah, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to another stream of Final Fantasy ff14. This is it's been a while. Like the last stream I did was probably like April time. So yeah. Let me just get the link and share with people in case if you're like watching. Discord, how's one here? I don't have many places where I can actually like self-promote myself. Honestly, sometimes for the better. Like, yeah. To here, I guess. I just need this time. Go. And hope. Yeah, okay. Everything seems stable, everything seems okay. Alright, yeah, I forgot I was doing a bunch of Alexander stuff. Last time I was on. Meanwhile, whilst we wait for that, I guess go back to Coetas. Blimey, I already got 2 friggin' okay. I'm gonna turn down this TV just so I don't fucking blow my ears out. So good to get the shy stuff. Shire gear. What do I know? So that's you. There we go. I always get 2 of them for some reason. I don't know why, but it does make things a bit easier, I suppose. man. Rings are fucking glowing, don't you? Alright, I need a blacksmith. Need a mender. Jeweled crozier, here we go. Oh Christ. Cutscene. steamroll in here that's going to kill us. Here. I didn't realize I was right next to it. Damn, they were quick at laser. Jesus. They didn't waste any time. Hey, Saki. That's alright. I've seen the messages saying that you're not right, so you're fine. Not too deep going through it. Just surprised if you're going. I want to get it. Healers are doing a fucking amazing job at keeping everybody alive. Jeez. I don't know the best thing about this fucking boss fight. It's my first time doing it. And this is like your second time in one of my Final Fantasy 14 as well. Damn, I didn't even realize I got down. Dang. Down you go. Up the ways. No, the healers are around. Oh, that sucks. I want to give my recommendation to one of the healers. No, don't, sadly. That sucks. Ah, there you are, Dante. We were met by a small welcoming party, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. Biggs and Wedge just contacted me as well. They're headed here as we speak. So this is the Enigma Codex. And that must be the third and final call. 12,000 mercy. If you could but see the volume of ether issuing from it. Yes, much. It's fairly bright. Time wings. spread, travel to over times, make bad things good again. Do we truly have the power to change the past? I could erase my mistakes. I could see him again. 3 years ago, Mayday lost dear one. Mayday wants dear one back, yes? Roundrocks. Roundrocks helps Mayday. Roundrocks, no, you must save your strength. Mayday worries too much. Roundrock is strong, gobby. Uplanders hold onto brain cases. Time wings spread. Hold onto brain cases, frick. 7 hells, has the girl gone mad? Stop this, Roundrocks! Stop, I say! Uh-oh. Oh no. That can't be good. Biggs, where are we? Why is everything spinning? Biggs, Wedge, can you hear me? Roundrocks has engaged Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurtling into the past. We're what? When is the room not spinning? I mean, especially when it comes to this thing. Biggs, over here, you're not going to believe this. Hey, what's Mayday doing down there with those? Hold on, they're performing in the summoning ritual. Pardon me, we really are in the past. What in the 7 hells? Someone taking control of the Colossus? Hold tight, I think it's about to go berserk. What is metal making kitten doing? Well then. Doesn't know who the hell she does that. She ended up losing then. So when media and our friends attempted to someone else under 3 years ago, what they actually saw was us traveling back in time. That's madness. Time is an endless circle. My failure, my pain, my suffering, it was all doomed to unfold like this from the very beginning. Sadly, yes. Let us away, quickly! Mayday must hurry! No, nothing remains for me out there. My future, my past, my reason for being. It all ended before it ever began. No, you're a depressing one, aren't you, woman? Mayday! Mayday! Chief, Pistola, and Ranvox. Gods, I've never been so bloody glad to see ya. I thought we'd never make it back in one. Wait, where's Mayday? Mayday stays behind in Giant of Whirlycocks, all because of Ranvox. Ranvox must go back to Giant of Whirlycocks. Save Mayday. You leave that to us, child. Wedge, get Jesse on that link bell and tell her to bring the Excelsior around. I've not even started the post game of Heaven's Ward yet. Like, this is just the Alexander, like, normal raids. Though I don't much care for the answer, we finally know the truth behind the events of that day 3 years past. The Illuminati masterminded the massacre, and through some ungodly trick of time, 'twas us that brought them there to do the deed. And what about Mide? The only thing keeping her going was the hope that her beau's soul lived on in the machine. But seeing what happened to the poor bastard. Aye, we witnessed the truth with our own eyes, sucked into the core of the Colossus to sate the primal's appetite. If all remains of him, it is no more than heat and light. Yeah, I've just been doing Alexander's, like, raid stuff to get the tomes I need. But that house mainly being whilst I've been like off screen. But I hadn't fully finished it, so I'm just like, why don't I just keep doing this story for a bit whilst I try to load up some whilst I try to load into the raid. Little did I think I'd actually get into them so quick when I get into that one. By the looks of it, we're near the end of the Alexander story. How is the stream looking, by the way? Is it running smoothly? Someone seriously has decided to glamour their outfit to look like modern day clothes. Just like freaking jumping jeans. Yeah, I'm down for it. I think it looks okay about how much you choose streams at once. Yeah, that's a fair point. I just want to know at the very least, is it not blurred? No, okay, so just one. Alright, that's good, that's good. Must just be due to my phone, considering I'm like streaming, so I'm taking up most of my Wi-Fi just to stream. So I get crappy looking result on my phone. To be fair, saying that, it's not actually all that bad on my laptop. You can see how everything looks on my laptop completely fine. What's the first? Gods of Eld. I believe there's another quest around here as well. Where is it? Now there's a side quest somewhere else around here. Where? I think that's the one where I do like 14 something. from the dark one. Let's look on the edgy night. Be careful with that edge. Oh, damn it. Well, the coordinates for it. From the quest, now I just need to actually find where 14.6, 12.2. Ah, here he is. Have you only just noticed my pet's the Bomboko? I got given it to me by who was it? It was just like a random gift I got given. Because I was talking with one of the friends on this server that I've got, and whilst we were talking, someone just came up to us and gave us Bomboko pets. So I'm just like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with getting a free pet, like, thanks. I appreciate that. Didn't ask for anything in return or anything, so... Yeah, you just realised Caps won. Oh, you silly goose. don't know what it is with you getting attached to those things. Don't. Examine the Alagan teleporter. Reg gets way too attached to his machines way too quickly, I feel. It's a bit weird. Well, we've got the fractal continuum to be now accessible. I'll do that when I've done the Alexander raid that I've gone ahead and queued for. Alphanor wishes to share the latest developments in the search for the missing scions. Fortuitous timing as always, Dante. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Viul and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flahamine helps me to escape the crystal braze in Limzalaminza, only to then disappear? Well, according to Viol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Rats at Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Yida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Viol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is, we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Bardessian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very well like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Dante, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Night for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. Don't know how I feel about the fact that my monk is like at level 80. And I'm in like level 60 area. Like I'm in the part of the game that's just level 60.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
Good question. What would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
I'm resisting the urge not to
Thank
say
you,
anything
my
there
friends.
because I'm on stream, Saki. Hope you realize that.
Lucia, I leave the
I
rest to
could
you.
type it, but I sometimes say what I'm gonna type, so I try not to.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow?
Hey, Blueberry Squirrel. Well, I should say Java, considering it's well.
A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony. Then as distant as the very stars in the heavens.
Why do you do this to me, woman? Why do you call when I'm doing a recorder of shooting?
Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph.
It's the most inappropriate time.
As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Lovely. Yeah, how you doing today, Carla? Super basic. Yeah, sleepy, no surprise. What horse should we go on? Let's go on Boreas. Is it bad I'm thinking of putting these horses into the Persona campaign? They are really good horses, to be fair. Yeah. But to be fair, like, some of the things that you get the horses from are already in Persona anyway, such as the Shiva, the Thunder one is Titan. Leviathan isn't, but considering the amount of water she can do. And as a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at least be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Iseo once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, Knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. But we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Fear not, knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, till we meet again. Do you want help with the Nath problem? I'm more than happy to help out with that. To be frank, I'm surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether all will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fear for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search of our missing comrades. And I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was. And thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unsolved. I could think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alfinar. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. So, it would seem we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia then. I can only assume she is privy to some investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Ishtola in Idolshire. Ah, Dante, it's good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well as could be expected. She must discuss Sir Emmett's proposal with Chris Valvoss, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlene guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside of Frontbridge when we should be on our way.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, sir.
Small bean, yeah.
And who is that I spy but young Alpha No Levier himself? I dare say someone's grown an Ilmor too in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Ooh, okay, so she knows, you know.
Miss Kryle and I met at the studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryle.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
Oh, I love this.
Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Okay, it looks like we're not going to be getting into Alexander, the Heart of the Creator just yet. So I'll give that some time. Probably be able to get into it around all this. So that's some raids and everything reset. Duties reset, I should say. So people will be more eager to go in for the sake of the transfers and stuff. Hold on a second, you focus on the person that actually has questions about.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Master Matoya, that was a bit rude.
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the science of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Oh, Matoya, stop being such a grumpy.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance. But never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
You're hungry? Mood.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock, I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Oh, you've been here for a while, have you? Okay. Obviously, you've just been starting out, you know, this so I'd be disappointed if you weren't. So. Saki, to be fair, chances are Ice is going to finish before mine. You know what, let's go to my door. Yeah, you clean yourself up, man. What are you? Some of steam and steel. Refrain for the undaunted. Yeah, so he'll be finishing soon. Don't know how long I plan on streaming, like, but Final Fantasy 14 can take a while just to get through to some stuff. My thanks for coming. Unukalhai is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought you out that I might alert you to the rising threat of the beings known as Icons. You are aware of the threat, you say? But I speak not of the primals with which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It might interest you to know that the term Icon and the beings to which it refers precede the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is the name by which the Allagans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them, and the Garleans who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Allag have simply availed themselves of it. Pray permit me to continue the tale. Orianja, how kind of you to join us. As a warrior of light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of this star. The icons of old in the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Allagan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Allag, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Allagans also learned how to harness the icon's power. They refined this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Aziz La, and within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed 3 of the beings, the Warring Triad. 'Twas first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Aziz La. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the icons were severely damaged. Doubt not but that they will fall completely ere long. Now that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop, you were simply fulfilling your destiny, and yet, were the Warring Triad to be released unto this world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is hope still. Through swift action we may yet prevent their awakening and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, and fear summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. I speak of the primals Ravana and Bismarck. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the Warring Triad. They will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the Icon's awakening. To it we must need vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals, ere we turn our attention to those icons in their fitful slumber. I shall return to the waking suns forthwith and consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I will bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Young Unukalhai shall assist thee. Rest assured, he is not our enemy, for the time being at least. You'll essentially be giving me the access I need to the extremes, which I will probably do off screen. hopefully with people, and try to get the mounts from those. There's no way I'll be doing the exchange bombs. Why must you guys always be outside Tailfeather when I come here? Why don't you just go in? Where to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Cryle. I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. This is impressive. You drew him from memory? A skill I acquired some years ago, for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into two pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Dante and Cryle question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Ast Varth and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? I have to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyways, we had best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. God, now we know why Alphanor wanted to draw so much. Searching for a friend of yours. Let's have a look then. No, I ain't seen him around. Sorry, lad. Can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior. I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a Bandersnatch by himself, and with style. Where they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding bull. Sound like you, man? It does actually, yeah. It does actually sound like Thancred when he's doing his like rogue / ninja stuff. Pick the witch. Speaking of which, what is the level of my ninja? 55. Ooh. I'm gonna want to level that up at some point. I want to try and get some more of my classes like 60 or something. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? And he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. That does not sound like Thancred. Thancred doesn't really deal with axes. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can from you. Let's see what the others have found out. Your head hurts. I'm not surprised listening to two streams, barely having food. But heat does not help either, I admit. Need to make sure you get some food down you once Hank's finished streaming. Because otherwise, you're gonna end up with like, this is a headache. Try to make sure your neck isn't in any pain, because if it is, it'll cause some issues for you. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in accessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, his height and build matched Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. Heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I had a curious tale that a Vath trader. He came to Tailford in search of garments, fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You are implying that Thancred sent a Vath to market in his stead? Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name tag. It is a scene I shall never forget. No, I bet it won't be. Is it now? Oh, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us, no? Quite right, Cryon, quite right. Okay, so safe to say Alpha now has Ishtola's naked body ingrained in his head. Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Lothast Vath. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone. Come along. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Lothast Vath. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? No, he is not prey. He is not prey, but a friend long missing. Good. He is a friend of the Vath as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Truly? And you are quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. The fleshling clothed in skins came to us from some isle lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Loth Asgnath not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Ravana is returned? Vidofnir did say that the Nath had grown as before, but what could Tancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Your great hunters must enough claim him as our sacrifice.
Who else could be? Thancred! It could be Thancred!
No. No. No FB call for me at the moment. Thankfully, no messages from here at the moment, no, actually. It's very rare.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not! So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
Hey, Thancred. Oh, he looks pissed. He looks pissed. This is why I'm glad I'm streaming this, because it means I actually get to watch this shit. Gives me a reason to actually watch
it. Not very sporting of you to interrupt, but so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light, for we are the warriors of darkness, walkers of a different path, and we shall meet again.
I also forgot that the Warriors of Darkness was a fucking thing.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Thancred, are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the altogether. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides.
I love how there's literally just something there covering his, like, lower half as much as possible.
Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met Vath before I was reunited with you.
Oh, Christ.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed Warriors of Darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the Warrior of Light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
Both are beautiful. Ah, sunset. Gotta love it! It's both a beautiful thing and horrible. I don't want to see that. Oh, Christ. I'm just reading up on the Warriors of Darkness. Looks like we won't be seeing them again for a while, I think. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing them again for quite some time. It's probably a good thing. Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down Primals, despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventures, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Thancred found Dante. Ah, the memories. Seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land, slaying primals without our knowledge. It would imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us not. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Emeric's invitation. Since you seem to have affairs well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Dante. I shall explain on the road, which has happened in your absence. Not long there. To be fair, at least we didn't get an animated cutscene, because I just imagine the shenanigans they'd have to do in terms of censoring that. Because, like, good lord, in heaven above, that would be difficult. That animal would have to fucking... That animal would have to be, like, bouncing around quite a bit to make sure everything stayed censored. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that ye have long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who had been summoned by the Nath, has been laid low. Truly? Once more, you mortals have succeeded where my own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Whether we could take credit, the god fell by another's hand. Another? Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well, regarding the Ishgardian's invitation. As promised, I brought the matter to my sire, hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years I have mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came into me. For want of walls she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned, for redemption she sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's conviction, be it for weal or be it for foe, such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Emeric's invitation? Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my king. We are honored to receive your answer and will convey your words to our allies without delay. I feel like the woman he was talking about was Isao, also known as Lady Iceheart. It is happening, Isao, that you are here to see.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another. Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
Oh no, you don't.
Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
I like the fact that somebody's already liked the stream. Good lord, that was quick. Yes, yes. Forgive me, you have given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with these guardians of the driven, our friends, nowhere to be found. It seems there is no end to our troubles. Can but face them head on, one at a time. For now we must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and move the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time we will find Yida and Papalimo, and me fully as well. These struggles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray, do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphs. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough. You may rest assured that I will play my part in it to the very hilt. To the congregation! Lucy and Tilda. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he engaged otherwise? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What happened? Will he live? The virgins tell me he will make a full recovery. But had Lord Edmund and Lord Artorio not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For mercies, they subdued the fiend before he could land a telling blow. The attack was just the beginning though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been doused in the fires, but everyone we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the broom. It is plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they are being rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Then let us be about it. Silver pieces. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise location where the fires were set? Mayhap there was a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires are being reported throughout the city in both the Pillars and Foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it's best to divide our forces. Master Alfina and Mistress Yustola, I would have you take charge of the investigation in Foundation. As you wish, mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Meaning Dante and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred of the Science of the Seventh Storm. May I say what a pleasure it is to meet you, my lady. I'll bet. The name's Hilda. Scion, eh? And there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. Well, we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passerby. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Aye, the infamous Lord Emmanuel de Forton, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Dante. He'll be at the Crozier most like, making an effort to be seen, so let's go and see him. Grizzled, I will accept, but old? He's offended by being called old. Fair. Ooh, what's up the clan? For a while. The Scarecrow. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, the trading is reward 5,000. I could do that to get a bit of money at some point if I feel like I need to. Kill. I've got quite a bit of gil actually. Instead of closing. Ah yes, the Arsons. Dreadful business that, and awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the Hoplon is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes, Sir Emmeric's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man, not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplon while you conduct your inquiries. I could offer words of comfort. Gill boy. Yeah, pretty much. He is. All he cares about is the gill. Hold on, I'm getting messages again, 1 second. Come, my brothers and sisters, there is food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica. Allah's blessing be upon you, Father. But confess we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the archbishops, the Emmerich and the Dravains. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. I love the fact this guy's essentially gone for the Augustinian look. before he went crimson red. Right. It's a good fucking outfit, I'm not gonna lie, like, if you actually get armor like that as a dragoon, I may go into it. That's a very good point. Not a conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Hopefully, will doubtless have opinion. It's very strange, yeah. The fact that the arsonists have failed to actually go for authority figures and actually kill them. It's very bizarre. Ah, Dante. I was just about to summon. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted. I mean, God damn it, you've got the wrong man. No, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose, but tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile, look at me. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these high-born types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the field work, he said. I'd left him behind, tried to, with all my heart. Said my prayers every day like a good man, but he came to me. He came to me. And there you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, as long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. That was incredible, Thancred. But how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before. A troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given mistakes, I thought it was worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The board, as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. I'd definitely say a mixture of both. Because, yes, he was right about the person being manipulated and used as a weapon. If the guy was strong enough of mind, he wouldn't have spoken. All Thancred did was just pluck the right strings and boom. But if it hadn't got a reaction out of him like the way it did, we wouldn't have known. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak, though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master. He will soon tell us what he knows one way or another. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artorio. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emmerich in his chambers, I presume. I am. He bade me bring this salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, madam. In times of trouble, every man must do his part, but that I could do more. Why? I always feel like it's people like that tend to do something like this. My Lord Artorio did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Arfinal. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. Ah, that's a fair boy.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
Fuck.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
The Brothers of the Faith.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms, then, friends. Time is against us.
Alright, let's see. I keep forgetting if this is gonna be like an actual dungeon or if it's just gonna be a one-off thing to do with NPCs. It's just an instant death. That seems easier. For the rest of the real title. How disgraceful. Now is not the time to be needing the toilet.
Down with you!
Oi! Coward. Practicing his title. that way. Gotta go through this way.
Does not yield!
Whatever.
Where is he? Where is he? Come no closer!
Good lord, priest, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you saying flaw, Saki?
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
You bastard.
What? But I...
Get off me here. Sorry, the last scream was weirdly
Vidofne!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
The girl that screamed when she got pushed off the thing.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
From Freysfelder?
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for a lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horsefon in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Oh.
Lord Edmund,
That's actually sweet. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. But I scarcely does it justice. 1 moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray these guardians who yet harbored doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Emmeric's words. Well, 'tis only meet that I inform Tazaru of what has occurred here. If you have no need of me, I shall be at ff14 Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tazaru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. A moment, Dante. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? Oh my god, stop! I'm still streaming! Fuck! I did not notice it at first, but upon closer examination, I saw that his etheric flow had been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate ether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking around. He would be compelled to rely solely on the traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a planet, it may have well seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still a little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word. Right then, I should be on my way. Cryon may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Right, you know what, just so I don't have to deal with that person fucking calling me anymore, I'm just gonna end stream and call her back. And then I'll hop into group chat voice, I'll hide her into the group voice chat with you guys. So yeah, I shall see you all next time, where I'll probably be doing some Mega Man videos because I need to get some more of that done. Until then, bye guys.